living in Dubai looks glamorous on Instagram. You've got the beaches, you've got the Lambos, you've got the skyscrapers. But what's the reality? I've seen a lot of people online recently speaking about Dubai, so I wanted to give you my thoughts, the good and the bad. I'm an online fitness coach and I came from the UK to Dubai last year in the pursuit of better weather, more freedom, a better tax structure, and just much better networking with other people and such a better entrepreneurial spirit. Let me first just say as well, quick disclaimer, I did set my business up here last year, but I then went to Australia, Thailand, and then back here again. So I haven't been here physically for 6 months. I've been based here, but overall been actually staying here about 3 to 4 months of that. Let's start with the wins because there are some big wins. The first one is obvious, zero income tax. That's a massive one. And people shy away from talking about this sort of stuff, but I don't see why. Like, this is a genuine positive and you can save a lot of money by doing this. I think people that shy away from talking about this stuff, like, it is a bit of a taboo in the Western world, which is sort of one of the root of sort of people's financial struggles, because in their mind they're just sort of perceiving money as evil. And then how are you gonna get something that you think is evil? This is where it's the same thing when people are jealous of other people. If there's someone that you want to be in their position, it's better off to look at them as an inspiration rather than seeing something as evil. Because if you see something as evil, or you're jealous of something, if you see money as evil, you're never going to achieve it. So, subconsciously, why would you want something that you think is evil? So, hopefully that makes sense. But if you basically want to achieve something, you need to think positive thoughts about that thing rather than tying negative associations to it, if that makes sense. So, just remember that, like, with more money, you can spend it on your family, your purpose, charity, not just giving loads of money away to the government who are doing absolute rubbish with it, especially in the UK. So yeah, just think about that, guys. Like, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, saving taxes, like, and it's a bit of a taboo subject, but realistically, like, who would I rather give money to? Would I rather make more money and then give it away, when I'm making more money, to my family, charity, all these types of things, rather than the government, who are just an absolute waste of space? So yeah, just think about that, because it's really, really important. Next one is, there is ridiculously good infrastructure here. The Wi-Fi is so quick. My Wi-Fi here in this Airbnb is like 1 gigabyte a second, which in the UK I was getting like 1 megabyte a second, if you know what those numbers mean. But it's absolute world of difference, basically. The streets are clean, super clean. The city is just built in such a great way. It's just a streamlined way, essentially. Just streamlines everything and makes your day-to-day life so much easier, better to work. But then when you're not working, it's a lot easier to chill as well. The next thing is, the ambition here is just next level. Like, everyone is just grinding, building something. Everyone's mindset is crazy, and they're all looking to push to the next level, and that's really good to be surrounded by. It is like, it's pretty contagious, the energy here. There's lots of ideas and everyone's really helpful. The abundance mindset is crazy as well. It's so different from the Western world, of like, not having that scarcity mindset, basically, of thinking negatively about different situations. Also, just the abundance of like fancy cars, shit like that, supercars, crazy luxury lifestyle. It's all here. It's all here, and it just normalizes it. And if you're around these things for so long, you don't put them on that like pedestal, and it makes it feel more achievable to you. So that's definitely a massive positive as well. And as well, with that abundance mindset, people aren't putting each other down. I feel like in the UK and some other Western countries, if someone starts to do well, people start to put you down, because, or not necessarily directly put you down, but try and get you back into their comfort zone. Like, oh, why don't you come out and do this? Da, 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 da. But that, like, here, everyone's super supportive. Everyone wants each other to do well. And in the UK or any other Western country, even if someone's not directly trying to bring you down. It's something that brings out their own insecurities within themselves. It's just a bit of a contagious negative energy if you can't break out of that and be strong with that. So that's definitely a positive here. Everyone's trying to bring each other up. So that's something that I've definitely found to be really good. Next up, the weather. Most of the year at the moment it's getting a little bit hot. It's approaching summer now. We are in mid-May, so it is getting quite hot now. It's like late 30s, but it's still doable for me, but for a lot of people it's getting quite hot. But from like June onwards is pretty crazy. So June, July, August, and like half of September, I think. So it's like 3.5 months are like pretty bad with the summer. But apart from that, it's unreal. The weather here is probably the best in the world. It doesn't rain. It's just such a nice temperature all year round. Not too humid. It's just perfect, to be honest with you. Obviously, there's those 3 months, but nowhere in the world has absolute perfect weather like the whole of the time. And I think it's your perception a little bit of it. It's like, for me, I can just perceive that as, right, okay, if I was going to live here, I don't live here full time at the moment, but I think I am going to. If I am going to live here, like, I can just take that opportunity to, that 3 months to make sure that I do take some time off, go on some holidays, go back to the UK, see the family. So there's lots of positives to it. It's just your perspective. Like, yeah, you could moan and groan about 3 months you can't be here, or you could go and make the most of it, or you could just stay here and just be like, okay, my perspective's going to be, I'm just going to work super hard for this 3 months. So yeah, it depends how you want to look at it, but I think perspective is everything. Your life is just made up of the lens you see it through, so you can look at things in different ways. Why not just choose a positive way of looking at it? The next one, and this is massive, is safety. So I have never ever felt safer when walking around here. Even at like 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that, it's crazy. And people think this doesn't matter. Like, I'm not saying that I'm necessarily going to be in other countries before where I'm like looking around all the time and like worried, but it does make a big difference just subconsciously. It's not even a thought here. You never even think about it. And it's not just specifically for me. It's like, say for example, my family were coming to visit, or you're with some friends or something like that, then you don't feel sort of worried for them, which is a big thing. Like, even in London, you're worried about even getting your phone out now or something. So yeah, obviously no one wants to get their phone nicked. So like, even getting your phone out in London, you're sort of looking around, thinking about it. Just to have that mental stress taken away is something I didn't realise. Like, here, it's just crazy. You can leave your laptop and stuff lying around. No one steals anything. It's pretty crazy. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but actually when you're here and not even thinking about this stuff, it's pretty cool. So that is, I would say, a massive positive. And say for example, your mum or your sister or your girlfriend or something like that came over to visit, you wouldn't even think twice about putting them in a cab to go back to their accommodation or whatever. So it's quite a big positive in that respect. And the last positive I want to run through is, if you are online, this place is just like a bit of a productivity playground, to be honest. It's pretty crazy. Your cleaning's done for you. Not that you can't get this stuff done in other countries, but it's so much easier and streamlined here. Like, cleaning, food prepped. Like, I get my food delivered fresh every single day to my door. The cabs are so cheap, like, to get driven around. It's just, how I describe it is, you're just all in on work, or you're all in on just relaxing and recovering. So there's no real like middle ground of doing all this like nonsense jobs and like chores and stuff like that. So it's just very streamlined, very easy for you to be all in on your business, and then when you're not, just be making sure you're recharging and making the most out of your downtime. But let's keep it real. There are some cons, of course there are, to everywhere. It's just about weighing these up. So summers, first of all, like, they are brutal. They're like 45 degrees plus. You're going to be staying indoors most of the time. But as I said, it's a matter of perspective. Like, the positives of staying here, you're doing the work, or it's forcing you time to go and have a break. So that's something that's obviously, potentially a downside, depending on how you look at it. A lot of people say as well that they have, like, as a second sort of con, people say they have trouble like making friends, stuff like that here. I haven't really found that. It hasn't really been a thing for me. Like I wouldn't say like I'm necessarily the most sociable person, but I do, I'll make an effort to go and see people I know, and I know a lot of people here anyway. A lot of online fitness coaches. I mean, lots of sort of other groups as well, just people that I've met through people, and that's how you obviously network in general. So it's not really something that I've found. I guess it depends your perspective on it. Like if you're not actively going to sort of meet people, then of course you're not going to meet many people. But yeah, I would say if you can, just get in some groups and just network like normal. Really, it's not really been a problem for me. If you are, depending on your industry, you can get in different communities, different groups, stuff like that, and sort of connect with like-minded people in that way. Just talk to people, and then it sort of your network soon starts opening up. But obviously a very easy one is like these types of communities or masterminds or mentorships of people that are in a similar industry to you, which has been a very helpful one for me. The third thing is it's expensive. So obviously I'm not going to say it's as cheap as like Thailand or something like that. It's absolutely not. But it depends how you live your life. Like of course you can spend loads of money here. If you want to spend money, it's so much easier to spend money here than it is maybe like London or other typical cities in the Western world. But London's really expensive as well. Like I wouldn't really say it's crazily more expensive than London. I'd say it's probably around the same, but the ability to spend here is more. So you can spend more, but it depends on your lifestyle. It's easier to spend money here, but if you are just sensible with it and you just live the similar life that you would do in London, for example, then it's very sort of similar, I'd say. The fourth one is you're far away from your family. So for me, I'm very close to my family. They're in the UK. Obviously, your family are probably going to be quite far away from Dubai as well, unless they're based in in the Middle East somewhere. But I've been used to this from traveling. I went traveling last year for 6 months, all around Asia, Australia. So I've been sort of used to this, to be honest. It's obviously just something you need to get used to. This is obviously, Dubai is closer to the UK than Asia, so it's definitely a lot better, and easier for people to come and visit, and easier for me to go home. But again, it's like a matter of perspective. You can look at it as an opportunity to go on more holidays with them, and it does make the times that you spend with your family and friends, it does make them a lot more special, and it makes you sort of appreciate those times as well a little bit more, which I think you can take things for granted sometimes. So I think that is a positive of looking at it, but also I would say for me, what I sort of was in the mindset of, I was like, okay, I could stay in the UK. There's all these positives of leaving the UK. The only thing really, the big one for me that matters is not being close to my family. But how I was seeing it was, if I'm in the UK and I live anywhere that's more than 3 hours away from my home, which I probably would want to do anyway, just to get into a different environment. If I'm 3 hours away from home, then I'm probably not going to see my family that often anyway. So why not just be in a different country, because I can still go back and visit. So it depends how you look at it. It's a matter of perspective as well, I'd say. I think solitude is a really important thing for an entrepreneur. I learned a lot about myself last year when I spent a lot of time by myself traveling around Asia. I think by spending time with yourself, you really work out who you actually are, and you face any demons you have, you level up. And it's that emotional awareness and self-awareness that is really going to help you grow as an entrepreneur. And as an entrepreneur, you are your business. Like, your business isn't going to grow if you don't. So I think that is a very powerful tool to level up. I think the next thing as well is just escaping your comfort zone. Like, you need to escape your comfort zone if you're going to grow. So if you don't have familiar faces to lean back on, it can be something that really helps you push forward. So that's definitely a positive too. And the last potential negative for some people, for me, I feel like it's positive, but you aren't going to be the top dog here. You really aren't. Like, in Thailand, I don't think I spoke to anyone that was earning more money than me. And that's not a brag or anything like that. But it's just for me to say, like, I like to be surrounded by people that are doing more than me, not just necessarily with money. Obviously, money's not everything, but people that are ahead of me, and have ideas to grow and are like-minded. And in Thailand, I didn't really get that. Obviously, it's an amazing place, but I just didn't really get that at all. So here, that's not going to be the case. You can never be the top dog. There's always going to be someone above you. When I first came here, to be honest with you, I did struggle with that. Like coming from Thailand, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm the man, to be honest with you. And you can spend as much money as you want and don't even look at the bills. Like you don't even think about it. And you sort of feel good about yourself because you're comparing yourself to other people around you. But that is the comfort zone at the end of the day. So first time I came here, to be honest, I did struggle with that. And it does like hit your ego a little bit, feeling potentially like more inadequate to people around you. But as I said, like right at the start of this video, it's a matter of perspective. And if you take that mindset to it and sort of feel like that, then you're not going to grow. But if you then, like I've really changed my mindset around it now and be like, okay, I'm gonna look at this as a positive, and like it's amazing like what all these people are doing, and it's inspiring. So, and also just appreciating, like it's quite puts you at peace quite a lot as well, knowing that you're never going to be the top person. So you don't need to be striving for that. You just need to be striving for aligning with your purpose, enjoying your life, and working on you. And as cringy as it sounds, just it's you versus you. That's the most important thing. And I've never really understood that, but when you get surrounded by people that you're never going to be the top dog. So you're not even comparing to that, which is a great feeling too. It actually does put you at peace quite a lot. So hopefully that's been useful, sort of weighing out the pros and cons there. As I said, I think a lot of it is a matter of perspective and your situation. So who would I say that this is for? I would say Dubai is for if you are someone that is building a business online and you really value your time and you want to be around people that understand you and are on a similar wavelength to you, then Dubai, I don't really think there's anywhere else in the world that is like Dubai, to be honest with you. But if you are not ready to be directed, by yourself, and you really rely on those comforts, then it might not be for you. But I think how are you ever going to break away from your comfort zone unless you push yourself out of it? So it depends. It depends what your goals are. It depends what your mindset is. Like if you're not in a strong mindset, then it could break you. But I think it's gonna, either level you up or just really humble you. So yeah, I think it would only sort of break you if you really rely on that validation from comparing yourself to others, which it's obviously not a great thing to be like that. But you just need to make sure you've got your mindset in check, and you need to make sure that you are focusing on the right things, building your business for the right reasons, rather than just to sort of impress other people. Make sure you've got a purpose, something you're working towards and you love doing every single day, so that you're not comparing yourself to other people and feeling down like how you're not sort of the top person, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think overall, if you're wanting to streamline your life and really take your business to the next level, maybe this isn't the place that you live forever, but it's definitely good. I've found to spend some time here and really network, learn from people, and realise what's possible. So yeah, these are my honest thoughts, guys. As I said, I've only been here a little while, but my plan is now to base myself here. I think like it's not all just sunshine and supercars. Obviously, when you're living here, it's very different from when you're on holiday here. It's not a holiday. I'm working most of the time, but like for the right person, this is an insane opportunity. I really think you can level up here. I'm going to base myself here a little bit more. So yeah, I think if you are thinking of moving abroad, or you're building a business, you want more freedom, drop any questions in the comments below or message me on Instagram at JackHartFitness and I'll get back to you. And if you want to see how I personally built my own online fitness coaching business to be able to move to Dubai, travel the world, live life on my own terms, I've already documented this in a video going through basically everything that I know and how you can copy me and get to 10k per month even faster. So I'm going to link that video somewhere around here, so go and click on that if that's something you're interested in. Other than that though, it's been an absolute pleasure. We'll see you guys in the next video.